Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're actually talking about Apple because Apple is actually censoring LGBTQ plus apps in China and other countries. Now, I think this situation underscores an overall serious issue that the world needs to address outside of that community as well. Now, this is coming from Protocol, and I think it's a little concerning, and of course, just in time for Pride Month here in the United States. Now, Apple's App Store in China has just removed 27 LGBTQ plus related apps, either to meet the demand of the Chinese government or in a preemptive manner, according to a new report. Now, research by the US-based Fight for the Future, an advocacy group for digital rights, and the China-based Great Fire, a nonprofit organization that tracks censorship in China, shows that only Saudi Arabia has more LGBTQ apps unavailable in their app store than anywhere else on the planet. Now, according to the two groups' jointly published report this past Monday, the App Store enables government censorship of these kinds of apps in 152 countries, in stark contrast to Apple's pro-LGBTQ plus efforts here in the United States. Now, Benjamin Ismail, Great Fire's campaign and advocacy director and Apple's censorship project coordinator, told Protocol that even though China is known for widespread and pervasive censorship, it's surprising that the country bans more LGBTQ plus related apps on the App Store than countries that criminalize homosexuality. Now, to be clear, an app being unavailable in one country doesn't necessarily mean that Apple censored it. However, it could also be available. It could also be because the developer decided not to make it available in that country. Now, Ismail explained that their research didn't count the apps that were removed by their developers and added that, and I quote, the highest probability is that the highest probability is that it was Apple that decided to remove the app. The few developers that talked to us told us that when they learned the apps were not available, they didn't try to discuss it with Apple, thinking that they really couldn't change anything. Now, I did my research on China's stance on homosexuality for the LGBTQ plus community, and while it's not illegal to be gay or a member of that community, they do face restrictions such as they cannot serve in the military, they cannot donate blood, they don't have discrimination protections, and overall, in many articles that I read, they essentially face societal stigmas that frown upon who they are just for being who they are. Now, I think this opens up another problem, though, and that is, where is the line between Western corporations and the whims of a country as powerful as China or even Saudi Arabia? Do Apple's statements on things like gay rights only apply to friendly countries like the United States? Shouldn't they apply globally? We see Western companies kowtow all the time to the whim of China. Recently, wrestler turned Hollywood actor John Cena mentioned in I guess an interview or something like that, he called Taiwan a country. That is a very firm stance that China, mainland China, has, that Taiwan is indeed not a country. And in very fluent Mandarin Chinese, John Cena went on social media in China apologizing for that just god-awful act of misspeaking or making a statement of what he believes. I'm not sure, but he apologized profusely. Otherwise, basically, his movies are going to tank in China. This is a very serious problem here as we are seeing a rise of authoritarianism in China, a rise of a surveillance state. So wouldn't it be better for all the governments and companies worldwide that are, let's say, in more free and open societies, attempt to band together and change policies like this for good? I mean, if everybody wants an iPhone or everybody wants an Android and they're simply not available there, wouldn't that be pressure? I mean, these are the things that we're talking about, not to mention the governments of the world, such as the United States, the European Union, its member states, etc., in this manner. At what point do we simply say, this is straight up hypocrisy, that while Apple has these really slick and hip marketing campaigns here in the United States, that they are in full support of Pride Month and our LGBTQ, friends and family, but it doesn't really apply to the most populous country on the planet? I mean, these are things I think that we have to address and that we have to grapple. I don't think this is an easy answer. There's no black and white here beyond the fact that I think civil rights are human rights, and that I think is pretty black and white. So you can do the math on that one. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.